There we go. There we go. Alrighty, now we are gonna go live on Facebook. Trying to go live on Facebook. Already live on the YouTube, the Periscope, and the Twitch. The Twitch. There we go, you piece of shit. Hi, everybody. We're about to go live on Facebook. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Give me a second. Alright. We are live on fucking Facebook. Alrighty, guys. Let's pull up the old phone here so we can get any of you happy people out there commenting. See what you guys are talking about. You know what I'm saying? Do. Am I the only? Maybe this is Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the Fourth Wall After Hours podcast. It is a little later than I normally do this. Had a nice chat with a comic friend of mine, Eric Rocha, which I'm probably going to discuss here in a minute. It is so late that I don't know if anyone will even watch this live with me. But yeah, guys, you seem to really enjoy the one I did yesterday with Omar. I'm glad you guys liked that. Yeah, Omar's a bad motherfucker. We wrote until 7 in the morning or something like that. There was no sleeping. It was fucking... It's hardcore. Sometimes you just got to go hard, guys, you know? Oh, here's me going live right here. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so now I'll be able to say hello to you guys if you decide to pop in and all that good stuff. As you can tell, obviously, I'm all by my lonesome today. It looks like I have no friends. So this is probably normally how this will go. You know, when the mic shut down and stuff like that. Like today is actually my day off. I did not host a single mic. I slept all day. Like a fucking winner. It's nice. Sometimes, guys, you just have to take a really fucking long nap. You know what I mean? I think after 3 hours, a nap becomes a sleep. If we're being on it, you know what I mean? Like, what's the cutoff? What's the sleep nap cutoff? It's like, oh, I took a 7-hour nap. That's a sleep. That is a sleep. That is not a nap. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about right now, guys. Let's see here. Oh, I got Dante Chang jumped in. That's nice. Hello, Dante Chang. Okay, so I kind of had a topic I wanted to talk about today, guys. I wanted to talk about sobriety and stuff like that. It seems to be an all too common theme in the comedy world. Dante Chang just asked she said, "Show us your dick." Maybe later, Dante. Let's face it, though. Eventually, when we need to make more money here at Fourth Wall, we're gonna cam girl up. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time before the Fourth Wall podcast studio turns into like a chatterbait thing or something like that. It's gonna happen. Mark my words. Mark my words. But yes, I'm too sober to show you my dick. I think it's the point of what I'm trying to talk about here. So here's the thing, guys. What up, you Shar? I feel like maybe it's the entertainment industry in general. Like, there's just a lot of fucking people that spend most of their time getting fucked up. You know what I mean? I feel like in order to do this in general, you kind of have to have like a hole inside of you that nothing can fill. You know what I mean? Like, it's an absurd thing to pursue anyway, and especially in order to even kind of be good at it or anything like that. Like, you just kind of have to. You have to. I guess the drive is to fill the hole that is in you. At the end of the day, I mean, whether you're conscious of it or not, that's kind of why anyone does anything, right? To fill holes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's enough. But me and Eric Rocha was here after, and he's been sober for a year, and it kind of just dawned on me. I'm 28 years old now, not old, but definitely not young. not especially by LA standards. But it's one of those things where eventually it's just too much. You know what I mean? Like I'm never like the kind of guy that would like fucking drink every day or anything like that. But I'm a bigger guy, and because of that, you just got to go extra hard. You know what I mean? Like whatever will get you drunk, chances are won't even graze the surface of my sobriety, basically. And because you have to do that, your brain doesn't have a weight limit as far as alcohol goes. You know what I mean? Like, just because, you can handle that much and, not pass out or anything, eventually the toll will be taken on your brain. And that's what scares the shit out of me more than anything. Because lately it has just become easier and easier for me to just fucking black out, man. Like, I feel like most people, when they black out, they just kind of, pass out, go to sleep, right? I don't sleep. I fucking just start going. I start doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, that weird autopilot thing that you do when you black out, it's just happening quicker and quicker. And, like, I read some study that apparently that's, like, your neurons have, like, almost like a lining on them. And the more alcohol you drink and stuff like that, and the more other fucked up shit you do, it just starts to strip that neural lining. And once you black out, like, a bit, like, it just becomes easier and easier and easier. And I kind of, like, I think me and Eric was talking about is, there's some damage that you do to yourself accidentally that, like, there's no undoing it, and that's what freaks me out more than anything. Because it's like, all you got really at the end of the day, no matter who you are, is your fucking brain. But especially if you want to do stuff like this, you want to fucking talk for a living. And it's every job I've ever had, essentially, other than maybe moving jobs or, obviously, well, I just undid everything I just said. Like most jobs I've gotten, even blue collar jobs I've gotten because I can speak well. I can word good, and, like, I don't know what it would take to lose it, but I don't want to fucking find out, Like, shit, man. I think that freaks me out more than anything. There's a comic back in Ohio we would often talk about because we both dipped at the time. Old chewing tobacco. He tried to stop, especially because, like, that shit's fucking gross to begin with. It's delicious though. It's white trash delicious. But he was terrified of the idea of getting oral cancer and stuff like that, which is fair. But I mean, like those crazy stories we hear about those baseball players that, like, lost half their fucking jaw or they lost their tongue and they can't fucking talk anymore. I mean, it was like, essentially you lose that as a comic or as someone who wants to pursue entertainment. Like, just you don't have anything anymore. So stuff like that. Yeah, like I think I just fucked up my levels here. What the fuck just happened? Oh, okay. All right, everything's fine now. So basically what I'm saying here, I'm just trying to. I'm definitely gonna just not drink anymore. I really don't have a choice, mainly because I'm really great at I'm really good at pretending I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of pride myself in my ability to always kind of, like, leave any emotional shit at the door, whether it's for performance or even just hanging out with people. You know what I mean? Like, I've never wanted to be one of those people that's just a constant emotional fucking burden on people. Always, I mean, dude, it's terrible. I fucking hate those people, man. And I end up accidentally attracting a great deal of those people because I'm a good listener and I'm not a dick. And those people will just fucking drone on and on and on and on. And even close friends that I've had, like, I feel like I'm always the friend that you tell all your shit to, but then, never the person to tell anyone anything. I fucking keep that shit buried up. So when Joe Manente, the man, the myth, the legend, he just kind of, if someone else is noticing that you black out easily, that's not good, right? Like, that's really bad. Like, yeah, if someone else can tell that you're blacked out, it's really bad. It's really bad. And I think when he said, because Joe said to me, we had a conversation the other day, it's probably something I should do, just never drink again. I think the thing about it that bothered me just at first, like the initial gut reaction, is more like upset with myself that I was letting any cracks through the armor. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, oh fuck, it's getting that bad. Like, and it's not that I drink every day. Again, it's just I think I've just when you go too hard for too fucking long, eventually you just gotta stop. Because like I don't know again when or if I would lose, particular parts of my brain. But I don't want to fucking find out. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I in no way, shape, or form want to figure out how many years of partying it'll take for me to, go full fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Even though that dude went hard. But I guess I don't know. I guess I have this platform here. I come here and bug the piss out of you guys with my little live videos gone live update, which I'm sure most of you have turned it off, as I can tell, because I think no one is watching live. It is late as fuck, and I'm on the West Coast, but it's beside the point. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, too, that may be struggling with this as well, or just thinking about, hanging up the old drinking hat. So, yeah, I mean, if anything, maybe we could use this as a little support group, guys. Yeah. Because I don't know if any of you guys know this. I got a DUI 2 months ago, right? And you think for most people that would be, the moment where you fucking hang it up, right? Nope. I was sober for a month, and that's why I thought maybe that's why I drank again. I guess maybe because I was like, oh, I'm sober for a month, and I was doing a show, this house party show, and then just started fucking kicking them back, man. And I don't have the slightest idea how I got home. No fucking idea. That scares the shit out of me, because it should scare the shit out of anybody. I mean, it clearly wasn't driving. They took my license. I can't do that. But that should be the fucking wake up call for most people. And it's weird that mine is just a social dynamic. Like, it's fucking embarrassing to fucking. If I'm just walking around having conversations with people and I don't fucking remember. That's not fucking good, man. I mean, that's also how you get in trouble. Like, if you're not aware of what you're doing, you can't control your own fucking autopilot. I mean, I don't know what that fucking guy's doing. Just doing weird shit, I guess. I don't know. Then it's like, let's see. Chris Gordon. Oh, Biscuit. I will be sober 4 years this coming through. That's fucking great, man. Biscuit, what was your tipping point? What was your reasoning for getting completely sober, if you don't mind me asking? Because it's always got to be a reason. And like sometimes, my point about the DUI is that I have no choice in the next 2 months to fucking go to AA meetings. Court, they just make you do that. But that's been my biggest thing. I never wanted to be an AA person. I don't associate with that at all. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like those are filled with stories of like, I was after a 3-week bender, and I was blowing blow into my butthole, and then I ran over my own child with a car. Stuff like crazy stuff like that. Like, that's what I associate those people with. But I mean, if it is a tool and it's available and I don't have a choice but to do it, I might as well use it, right? That, and it's like, I'm trying to, anytime you're trying to lose weight, drinking will do nothing but slow that process the fuck down. I mean, me and my little brother, Ryan, had to talk about this once, because like he was putting on weight after a year in the time in the Air Force, because it's just like, it's a very lonely life when you're doing stuff like that, especially, you're away from anyone you know. And then Air Force dudes, military guys in general, you guys get fucked up. Like, and he was just drinking a 6-pack every night, which isn't really even enough to get you drunk when you're, a bigger fella. Or, you got that Clyburn liver. But the calories is fucking out of control. He would have probably been better off eating a fucking loaf of bread every night before he laid his head down, because like just empty fucking carb calories just going right into your fucking system. especially right before you go to bed, which is not good for you anyway. But man, it's more. It's so for me now. It's more the mental thing, and again, and that's why I never associate it with the AA people or anything like that, because it's like again, like I never thought that was like I had that kind of problem. You know what I mean? Like that's like those people seem out of fucking control. You know, like you wake up, you start fucking drinking, like stuff like that. Like I never had that. I was like I probably would only drink like every other week, maybe every weekend kind of thing. A weekend warrior type guy. But then yeah, again, just the amount that I need to do to feel anything. It takes its fucking toll on your brain, man. Let's see. Biscuit finally got back to me here. God damn it. Why won't it let me view the comment? I spent 35 minutes live. What the fuck? Hold on, I gotta pull this up on the computer. Biscuit says he spent 35 minutes locked in a Waffle House restroom. Strangers were knocking on the door asking if I was okay. She walked out and passed out face down. Damn. Yeah, well. I feel like most drunk stories should involve Waffle House in general, as they usually do. But do you remember any of that? Or was it just one of these like recount things? Like, you know, where someone told you, like, yeah, man, you were fucked up at a Waffle House. That's pretty crazy, man. So that was your tipping point. I think mine is, again, I was talking to you guys about that house party show, like even though that was a while ago. I just don't like the fucking idea of that I had hours of conversations with people that I don't remember. Like that's the worst, right? Meeting someone when you're blacked out drunk, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, how you been, man?" You're like, "I don't know who the fuck you are. I have no memory of your existence." Like that shit's embarrassing, man. And you know, well, it's only a matter of time before. Me and Eric were talking about Eric Rocha about the Carlin thing, where he's like, eventually it comes like drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. Eventually, the pleasure-pain threshold kind of crosses, right? When it comes to more pain than pleasure, and like now it's like I don't even know what other than social obligations and social anxiety and stuff like that. I didn't know I fucking bother to drink anymore anyway. Like I don't even think it doesn't even seem that fun to me anymore. And honestly, the more I think about it, I do have some friends where I don't know that I've ever been around them sober. Like, and it does suck when you go to a party or you want to hang out with your friends and stuff like that, or you just want to do social things and everyone else is fucked up around you. I worked as a DJ, believe it or not. I was a trivia DJ guy. And the most miserable days of my entire life was DJing at these college bars and trying to stay sober. Like, oh my god, dude. Especially young drunk people are the worst fucking thing on the entire planet, because it's you lose your ability to wavelength, you know, and you have no, like, you guys aren't on the same wavelength anymore if you're talking to a sober person and you're fucked up. Especially if you're blanked out, then you don't even know what the fuck's going on. It actually amazes me that is a thing that can happen. Like, that you can just, like, no, you're not conscious anymore, and you're still just walking around doing shit. I think also my favorite alcohol is Jaeger. I love Jägermeister. It's delicious, and I will miss it every day. But that shit, it does something specific to your brain. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it's got a lot of I know it's got a lot of sugar, but it's also a lot of like other weird shit. Like, I don't know, it's just very German, and also that whole thing where the original kind had deer blood in it or whatever, Jägermeister, Master Hunter. That's totally bullshit, guys. Don't believe stupid things, okay? But I love this, and it's great, but the problem is, my favorite is, like, I make like a cocktail. This is so trashy, and I'm very aware. I make a cocktail where it's like a Jaeger bomb essentially, but I mix it like it's a cocktail, so a big drink. I called it my big boy Jaeger, my big boy Jaeger bomb, and like, Jaeger's disgusting, not delicious. Oh, I know. I enjoy, it's only good in bomb form. I don't even like black licorice. It's really so I don't like Jaeger itself, but it's also a particular kind of drunk. It's a heady drunk. You know what I mean? Which is a dangerous territory, because anything that's affecting your brain that much be good for you. Okay, hold on. We got a little comment actually going on here. Roscoe Nash, what's up, buddy? Next week will be 18 months with no alcohol. That's great, man. Because I know you're a yoga instructor, dude. I imagine, especially, like, that's my biggest push. Actually, probably my second biggest push, just to stop drinking in general, is like, it just does nothing but get in the way of any fitness goals you could possibly have. You know what I mean? Like, it does nothing but slows it down. Like, it's really, like, especially if it's terrible for like muscle growth, because I mean, you're putting a poison into your body, and it's just slowing down your fucking ability to heal. Tequila. Oh, what did you say? Yes, I remember everything. Never lost my memory when I drank. Oh, you never lost your memory when you drank, Biscuit? Damn. Well, that's what's scaring me. Like, that's my biggest push to do this. Like, you just keep forgetting shit and wandering around. God only knows what you're doing. Like, I guess it just affects people, because you're a bigger man than I, Biscuit. Like, I imagine it takes a great deal for you to get drunk. So it is interesting just how different people's wiring is, because I imagine you can put them back. I like that you just commented tequila. Oh, dude. Oh, you were drinking how do you not black out on tequila? I thought that was like the point of tequila. That's pretty impressive, actually. That's maybe just a comment on your powerful neural lining or something like that. But for whatever reason, mine's fucking terrible, because it's just easier and easier. Just a lights out autopilot fucking going forward. Like, honestly, I was talking about it on stage the other day. There's been too many, or I can think of pretty much everything that's ever happened to me that, like, sets me back in any way, shape, or form is usually alcohol related in some way, shape, or form. That whole incident where the cops beat the shit out of me in all Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, that's not cool. I mean, technically was roofied, but that's beside the fucking point. But also, you put yourself in that position. Like, I don't like anybody who will push blame on anything else other than themselves. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you put yourself in those positions. Like, you went out, like, you know, you put your fucking, like, I should have been fucking sober. I should have been just chilling, but I still went out. I still had some drinks, and then woke up in jail. By the way, been arrested 2 times, and I've woken up in jail twice. Like, if that's enough for a wake-up call for anybody, but apparently I'm a little more hard-headed. Do you see mix tequila with 151? No, Ed, we cannot get drunk anymore. That's kind of, you're missing the whole point of this, Ed. Shreddy V, good to fucking see you, buddy. Dude, if it's just, Ed, you're a younger fella, Ed. You've still got many years of drinking to put under your belt. You know what I mean? And again, not saying that I'm old, but man, I've also lived a hell of a lot more life than a lot of people. I've just went a little harder than most, you know? Like, I mean, shit, for the last 9 years I've been trying to be a stand-up comic, so you spend all of your time in bars, all of your time hanging out with other fucking scumbags who have questionable morals at best. And so, you know, I've been doing the 9, so literally my entire adult life. And so you just see some shit, man. All kinds of fucking stuff. And usually are participating in all kinds of fucking stuff. And, like, I don't know if the fun is worth it anymore. Like, I don't even know if it's fucking fun anymore. Well, how do I even know I'm having fun if I can't remember what the fuck happened? Because the last time I drank, it only took, I'm not joking, 5 drinks. Like, that's it. And I don't remember anything. Like, anything. Just waking up, like, what the fuck happened? Like, I didn't even feel drunk. So that's just a sign that, for whatever reason, my particular neural makeup or what the fuck ever, it's just good to be aware of things that you can and can't do. You know what I mean? Know your limitations and whatnot. And I've had some nights where I don't know how I'm alive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure we've all had a few of those nights. But it's kind of like I feel like I have lucked the fuck, believe it or not, with all the fucking terrible shit that's happened to me. I've lucked out a lot, you know? Like, I feel like I'm 28, Roscoe. So again, not old, but not fucking young enough Like I'm just kind of over it. You know what I mean? Like the closer you are knocking on that door of 30, as I'm sure you know, you just gotta pedal it back. You know, like I also feel like I'm too young for brain stuff to already be happening, to be like blacking out. Like that's not a good fucking sign. That only means that, like, you know. Oh, thank you, Roscoe. Yeah, I think it's just good to be aware of stuff like that, right? Because there's also what I was saying. I feel like you get like almost like a cat 9 lives punch card. You know what I mean? Some people some people that have the crazy stories you hear about people doing coke and they didn't know they had an undiagnosed fucking heart condition. They do blow one time and they fucking die. Like that. This shit's pretty fucking crazy. But I feel like in my life and all the things that I've done, I don't know how many fucking punches I've got left. But I've used a great deal of them. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Biscuit. 44. You look so beautiful for 44, Biscuit. Can't believe you're 44. You just, you do not look that old at all. Well, good job, Biscuit. You're just looking fancy as fuck. I hope you feel better. Like, do you think it? Well, it's also just the fucking the fog. You know what I mean? That I'm just sick and fucking tired. Like the fog is getting longer and longer the older I get. That waking up and just feeling like fucking garbage, and then you can't do anything, and you just gotta kind of lay there. You know what I mean? Like, cause if anything, it's just it starts taking up too much time. You know what I mean? Fat don't crack. Basically, that is true. That is true. Even though I've lost weight, I feel like I still got this 19-year-old lesbian thing going on because I got these chubby cheeks that won't go away, which is fine. It benefits out here. Anyways, I don't even remember what I was saying. See, my brain is going to shit, guys. I gotta stop drinking. Roscoe, you said you stopped at 45. Damn. See, that's I feel like maybe I'm lucky enough to just be aware of it and really have friends that can, point it out and actually want to help you, like Joe Manente and stuff like that. 28, you're on your Saturn return. Oh yeah. I'll Google it after that, Roscoe. I like a little nerd knowledge being dropped. Like I've kind of always prided myself in being as self-aware as possible. Like I think as a comic, it's really fucking important. Maybe the most important thing to just know how you're being perceived by everybody and stuff like that. Like to have no delusions about what people think when they first see you. To really have an understanding of it, and then how you're being perceived when you talk and stuff like that. And so like that's why I try to pride myself as much as possible, and just knowing what's going on with myself. And yeah, so I think maybe that's why I'm a bit ahead of the game as far as, only being 28 and wanting to fucking clean up my act here. But I feel like it's something that everyone eventually does. Eventually, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people make a really big deal out of being sober and stuff like that. But really, I feel like a lot of people when they get older, they just stop drinking anyway. They just don't give a shit. They don't party anymore. You know what I mean? And that kind of ends up inadvertently saving their brain. But I know in my family, especially my mom's side, the fog. You were talking about the fog being too much. Oh, yeah. Thanks, buddy. I'm dying. Yeah, just every day I get older, and especially with the amount I have to drink just to fucking feel anything or, have a good time or whatever, the fog lasts forever, dude. I had a 3-day hangover the other day, and I didn't even think I drank that much. Like it's just like it wouldn't go the fuck away. And it's like if you're trying to do anything with fitness, or even if you can't just be all foggy and get on stage, then you're a step behind. I think that's another big deal. Like, okay, so I was fortunate enough to be with Dat Fan and I did 2 shows last month at the Ice House. I did the 7:30 and then 9:30 right after that. And you kind of have a lot of downtime. Like I was helping work the box office too, so you just kind of stand there. Check people in, and you're just kind of hanging out, kind of get bored. You're at a bar, and I was like, fuck, I want to throw back some drinks, right? I really didn't even get that drunk, but the difference between the 7:30 show and the 9:30 show, there was a lot of difference, like I was really disappointed with what I did at the 9:30 show, even though everyone said it was like, oh, you did great. I was like, yeah, but I was just enough of a step behind mentally that I was disappointed. Like I felt like there was moments where I didn't connect with the audience properly, or I didn't pick up on things, or I don't know. It was just, the whole thing felt wrong. And the common denominator is the fact that I was, you know, like a little drunk after that, you know? It's so, and also like, I don't know, I feel like you should use everything you got, you know what I mean? Like, and all I got is my fucking brain, and if it's fucking going nighty-night, and I'm just wandering around, it's only a matter of time before, you know, I just fucking stop working or stuff like that. Because, you know, because I know there's a lot of alcohol-related things that can happen to you, like, mentally, like alcohol onset or early onset Alzheimer's and stuff like that. I don't know if that's the actual term for it, but basically, you know, you drink so much and you strip your neural lining away so much that you just don't know what the fuck's going on anymore, man. Like, you know, and it happens a lot quicker than obviously people who don't drink. Oh wait, let's see here. I stopped at 16 hanging out with you. But Todd, are you saying that you stopped drinking at 16? Very confused by that. But me and Todd have partied. We partied, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like, I love drinking because I kind of like the person I am at first when you're drinking. You know what I mean? Like, I'm way more accepting of people's bullshit, if that makes any sense. Like, you know what I mean? There's that happiness that comes with it, where you're, I was like, oh, everybody's great. You know, this is great. I feel like I'm a happier fucking person, you know. But then eventually, you, oh yeah, damn, really? But then eventually you, you know, I don't know. You just don't. Alcohol is damaging. Look at pugs. Do you mean the dog? Are pugs just drunk dogs? Is that what happens? Oh man. Or is it a callback to my dog bit? Man, so Todd, you stopped drinking at 16? It's fucking crazy, dude. So you've been, damn, you're living that hard sober life, dude. That's another, like, having Joe Menente as a person who just kind of points that stuff out. Joe doesn't do anything. He's like, he barely drinks coffee. He just kind of exists. And I think that's the hardest fucking part, right? Like, just existing. You know what I mean? Like, I know when you got a weird brain that makes you able to do anything, or, you know, the comics can do and stuff like that. Like, it's, I don't know, you just try to, you know, fill the empty spaces with something, right? It's like coping mechanisms and stuff like that. I'm getting so distracted by you people. What's going on here? Oh, my bit. Oh, thanks, Roscoe. Oh, it's Guy Stevens? Guy Stevenson, did you pop in here? Guy, if you're still watching, how you doing? Great teacher. Great guy. Guy is a sober man himself. I feel like that's a crazy. I've never met so many sober people than doing comedy. Like, Eric told me that now. I didn't know that Dave Attell has been sober for 5 years, and like that's a dude renowned for getting fucked up all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's his whole thing. Like the show Insomnia and everything, and like that was actually like important to hear. Like it's nice to know that. Like I always thought that I kind of needed it. Like when I first started comedy, especially like the whole like you're funny, you're drunk kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because, you know, it lowers your inhibitions and you're more free and you're more fluid. But now I've done comedy, you know, pretty sober most of the time because I do it so often that I die if I was drunk the whole time I was doing it. But, like, after a while, it's no longer you're funnier when you're drunk because then it's just slowing you the fuck down, man. You know, then you're just a couple steps behind. And then, because it's just, over time, it doesn't have the same fucking effect anymore. You know, so then like that's when you gotta like that's when I kind of ask myself what the fuck is even the point, you know? But I digress. I think we're gonna wrap this motherfucker up, guys. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Roscoe, you were up late. You're all the way over there. You still on the East Coast over there? I stopped at 22, actually. Damn, you had 1 year of legal drinking under your belt, Todd. And we're like wrapping it up. Did you find yourself, you had a problem? Like, do you think you were going like way too fucking hard? Because my whole thing, again, like I was talking about earlier, it's not that I do drink all the time. I barely do, but when I do go hard as fuck. You know what I mean? I think there's like something in you where I also have a problem with I've never been good at pacing my fucking self. Like, I don't know what that is, man. It's very like Belushi thing, you know what I mean? Like, he would be the one who did the most coke. He was the dude that drank the most. Like, it's like a weird thing where it's like you don't have that ability to turn down the fucking volume. You know, you're always at 11. You're always going as hard. You're doing more than anyone else. And then just over time, that can't be fucking good. So proud of you guys. Look at all these sober people tuning in. Well, guys, I appreciate your guys' input. It's inspiring to know that a lot of you guys are making it happen, by the way. It's one of those things where eventually I will slowly but surely figure out how to do it on my own. You know, like, of course, court mandated AA, which will be fun. Yeah, Biscuit, you say all or nothing. I think that's a good fucking point. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like, and again, like, I think the initial problem is also that I can't just fucking, I've never been able to just have a beer, dude. It's like, am I drinking tonight? Or am I not? Yeah, all or nothing. Like, I'm not gonna fucking, like, oh, let's go, we'll have a couple beers. And then do what for the rest of the day? That sounds boring as shit. Like, I think I still have that fucking, like, go out and just go hard, right? Like, if I'm drinking for a night, it's an event. And I think because of that, eventually, like I've said, it just starts to break down your brain. Good night. You have a needle to put in your big toe? What happened to your big toe? It's terrifying. You're going to have to explain that more to me later. But yeah, it is late as balls, guys. I got to work early in the morning. I went back to the moving jobs, guys. I'm a real rock and roll mover now. Because let's face it, I'm not really qualified for much. When you drop out of college pursuing or drop out of community college pursuing a theater degree, you're not really qualified for a whole lot. So, got a moving job again, just to make some extra money while working here at the Fourth Wall. But yeah, thanks you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Thanks to all the sober people for just kind of being there, talking. Probably see you guys tomorrow for the late night podcast. I'll let you guys all know how the weird move went and how super sober I am, guys. It'll be Stoke City, everybody. All right, you beautiful people. I'm out of here. Oh, almost. God damn it. This computer's... Okay. Oh, now I'm out. All right, bye.